This is Yasir. Yasir built a $40,000 a month TikTok ads agency from scratch in less than 8 weeks after joining the Ad Men Mastermind. And in this video, I interview him to share exactly how he did it. Enjoy. What's up, everybody? I'm here with Yasir Khan. He is a member inside of the Ad Men Mastermind, and I wanted to interview him today so he could share his results so far inside the Mastermind, also explain what he was doing before, and obviously give you guys a better idea of what you can learn if you are a part of the Mastermind. So without further ado, Yasir, dude, tell everybody about your background, what you were doing before we started working together.
Yeah, before I came to you, I was a public speaking coach. I still am a public speaking coach, but I had no experience of how to run ads, whatever. I wanted your help to help me run my business, to get more leads for my public speaking business. But the more I watched your content, the more I talked to the people around in the group, I said, okay, you know what? This whole SMMA thing sounds pretty good. And sure enough, you converted me from the coaching space to the SMMA space, and here we are.
Yeah, because on the sales call, I remember you were like, well, let me tell you about what I'm doing right now, and let's see if this even makes sense. So just to be clear, you never had an agency already. You were a coach, helping other public speaking coaches with that side of the business, but the results we were getting and the kind of lifestyle that we had kind of intrigued you in some way. So talk a little bit more about that. What was intriguing about the model specifically that we had that was piquing your interest?
Yeah, I didn't even know what an agency was. Like, I didn't know what an SMMA, all of these things were new to me. So if you're watching this and you're wondering how much of a beginner I was, as beginner as it gets, like literally from start. So when I got on the call with you, I've already watched a lot of your videos and you were going to all these conferences and sharing value. I loved how you were conducting your business, and I love how you openly sharing that. And you had a lot of time on your hands. I didn't have time on my hands. I was coaching 9 hours a day and I was still broke.
Yeah.
I was like, there's got to be something missing there, which is why I got on a call with you.
Dude, I mean, amazing stuff, man. So what were the results like? So now that you've joined the program, you've been in the program, right? So what have your results been since joining?
$18,500 as of today.
Wow. So you've literally doubled back. I mean, almost, literally doubled the investment back already. And in a matter of, what is that, like 7 weeks, 6 weeks?
Well, if you don't count the time it took to go through the material, like if I started doing the things you recommended, probably around a month, I made my money back. Wow, I could have done it sooner, but I was having so much decision paralysis before that.
And what would you say when you joined? Like, what was the biggest aha moment from the very beginning? Like, what was the first aha moment you had when inside the program, would you say?
Just do the work, man. Like most people, they know what to do. They just don't do it, right? So I didn't know how to outreach and send Loom videos and how to put those together. And you literally laid everything out. This is an example. This is what you say. This is how you reach out to them. And I literally just had to do it. And I feel like when you don't know what to do or how to do it, you just stall it forever. But if I had a game plan, I just said, okay, let's press play and see what happens.
Yeah, because basically what you're saying is like, the program itself, it's all very simple, right? And what most people do is they overcomplicate it or they just don't do it. So it sounds like for you, the program itself, having everything structured and given to you in a step-by-step format was really what allowed you to help you get that kind of results, right?
Yeah. And I like how you cater to every level of knowledge, right? Of course, it's for experienced people, but me coming in with no knowledge whatsoever, I could pick up everything right off the bat. I've never run a YouTube ad in my life, and I went through some of the tutorials there, and I was like, you're literally screen sharing where to go and what to do. I just had to put 2 screens together and run the campaign. It was that easy.
So when we first started talking, before we started getting the recording going, you were sharing a little bit about what life is like now after you've been inside for the past 7 weeks. So how do you feel now that everything's been kind of working for you?
You know what? Life has changed, but not too much, because I'm still working a lot because I'm new, but I'm doing things that I really enjoy doing. So before, I was doing the same thing over and over again, which for entrepreneurs, there's shiny object syndrome, but I was like, I need to learn something, man. I want to get better at something. I want to make more money. And now I'm running these ads for different clients. That's taking up my whole day, figuring out different funnels, different lead magnets, but I enjoy it. So much variety, different kind of work. And I really enjoy getting my clients results because they're happy. They have no other source of getting leads. So it's meaningful work, man. I've gotten the joy back in my life.
Wow, that's awesome. That's huge. You right? Like the money's one thing, right? But being able to wake up and know that your calendar's packed with tasks to do, so you're never bored and thinking about what you should be doing. You're just focused on getting the work done and also helping clients by getting them results that you used to get for yourself, and now sharing that wealth and being able to really feel good about what you're doing is huge, man. So it sounds like this model's allowed you to create a spark again, from what it sounds like.
Exactly.
Cool, dude. Well, sweet, man. Like, I guess, what else inside the program, if you had to name anything else, was like, in your opinion, like what was the most transformational part of the program?
Yeah, dude, forget about the program. I would say the community is probably the most important thing. I know everyone comes to learn something, but for me, I've learned the most from things that I didn't even know I needed to know about. So one of the guys in the mastermind group was like, hey, yeah, we're trying to get our client from 50K to 100K, but they won't hire another closer. It's like, what are these guys talking about? What does any of that stuff mean? I don't even have a client yet. But to see the level of questions that are being asked, most of the masterminds I'm in, they're like, hey, like, what's a sales call? What's a lead? What's a Facebook group? Like those questions were so basic. But in your group, you can tell everyone's at least a certain level, right? And I'm the smallest fish there, and I love it because I'm learning so much. So you've really curated, and I know a lot of people say this, oh, we only have 10 slots open, we let a few people in. You've actually curated some master people in here, and I feel like every single person brings something unique, and I've learned so much from those people alone. I'd pay the full price of the program just for the community.
Yeah, I love that you said that, man, because again, it's not a program, right? It's a mastermind. We have the course content inside, which teaches you exactly how to do the thing that we're showing you and promising you can do, just like we've already done and are still doing, where you can learn at your own pace. You also have the community to actually ask questions and post results, share wins, which you've been doing a lot recently, which is amazing. And then also the calendar where you can join the weekly coaching calls and ask questions, get feedback, hang out with the other members, and really make it fun, right? Because a lot of programs, they're programs. You get the content, maybe you get some support, but there's really no community aspect and there's really no accountability. And that's why the mastermind, the Ad Men Mastermind that we have, like you said, number one is curated to specifically agency owners or people who want to start an agency business just like yourself, and they want to learn from us doing it at the highest level possible and be surrounded with that same type of network, so they can all be, sharing what's working, obviously helping each other through the problems that they encounter. And it really creates a really fun group. And like you said, dude, I mean, the funny part is everyone listening to this is going to be like, you had no clients before working with this, right? Yeah. And you came in, you took massive action, which I think is a huge thing that you can't overlook. And I want to emphasize that, because just me bragging about you on the sales call, you told me one thing that always stuck with me. And we talked about it before doing this. You said that you're going to be my best success story and you're going to be the best client inside the program, inside the mastermind, because that's just what you focused on. And sure enough, you're the very first interview we're doing for the mastermind of that first 10 cohort, right? We said we're going to have 10 people in to start. We don't want let any more than 10 people. You were one of the first 10, and you've already exceeded and become, essentially pack leader, if you will.
Dude, I was hungry, man. I think everyone else is making too much money. I was like, I want to get to these guys' level, So I had all these people looking around asking high-level questions, and I said, I need to get to their level as quick as possible. So my mind was like, hey, you don't have time for like 4 clients. Just take on 2 and work with. I'm like, no, screw that, man. Let's go 100% at this. I got 11 clients. Like, okay, now worry about how to deliver to them. Now solve that problem later. So even now I'm struggling with it a little bit, right? But you know what? When you got your bills to pay, when you got a family to support back in Pakistan, there's not a lot you can do sitting at home. You gotta get to work, and that's what I'm doing.
Yeah. And I want to touch on something too, because it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows, right? Like, sure, this happened really quickly, right? In a matter of a month, you said, taking out the content to learn, right?
Yeah.
But one thing that I also want you to share with everybody, and this happens a lot, and a lot of people don't realize this. They think that, okay, hey, I'm going to join a mastermind, I'm going to join a program, and they're going to give me everything I need to do, and it's going to work immediately. But for you, you came in, you learned exactly how to start offering an agency as a service, right? You also started learning how to do the outreach. But talk about how you refined your offer through that process, through iteration, because we gave you what we thought would be best for you. And I remember you came in wanting to learn how to do YouTube ads, but we identified that you already had a skill set that was TikTok ads. And I immediately said, well, hey man, if it was me, being the only guy that can really identify as a TikTok ads guy for this market, I think you should lean into that, right? And talk about how you went from thinking you were going to offer YouTube ads as a service to what you're doing now, and how you refined that over time with the outreach you did.
Yeah, there was so much that I was struggling with imposter syndrome, because I was in a new business, in a new industry, learning a new platform, and I had no experience across the realm. And on top of that, I was reaching out to these influencers with 100K, 400K, whatever. And almost, I felt in my head that I was lying to them that I could help them, because I had no reference experience in my brain, right? So you helped me realize, hey, you do have experience running TikTok ads for yourself, but that's a good start. So I started taking action, getting on calls with people, and I realized a lot of these people don't care about TikTok ads. They just care about an additional stream of revenue.
Yeah.
So I figured that I'm a public speaking coach. A lot of public speaking coaches suffer from this. Let me just start out there. That's home base for me. Got on a call with them, told them, hey, listen, I'm going to offer to run your ads. I won't charge you. You get 5 calls booked in your calendar. I know you're going to be hungry for more after that, and you'll come back to me. I was literally dishing out crack on the street, bro. That's what it was. I was doing it for a week. Some of them would sell it, and they were like, how do I get more? I said, well, here's my retainer. Here's my 5%, 10% commission. Some of them 20%, and there's no alternative. Yeah. So they would come on, work with me. They would tell other people. I've gotten a 60% referral rate in a span of 1 month. Yeah. So to me, it was like, I don't care about getting paid up front. Let me give massive value. They will tell other people. And that's exactly what happened.
And that's a huge thing, dude, because you went from not having a clear niche offer, literally starting from scratch, doing exactly what we were telling you with the outreach. And then through that process, you discovered with our help that you were able to leverage the knowledge you already had from TikTok ads, use that same market that you were previously serving anyways, and help them solve the problem that you had at one point as a public speaking coach, which is, how do I get more clients? And then you said, I'm going to just bundle that up together in a no-brainer offer, which you just shared, which was, I'm going to do it for free for the first 5 calls. Once you get a taste of these qualified leads, you're going to want more. And then at that point, now here's what my retainer plus percentage looks like. So you've accomplished a few things I want to touch on, just so everyone's clear. You got clear on your niche and offer, right? You made it a no-brainer offer through iteration and doing the sales calls, which is really how you make it a no-brainer offer, by talking to the qualified leads and really understanding what they want, which was, they want an additional traffic source. They want an additional stream of income. And through that process, you now have gotten your first few case studies, right? And you also have a waiting list, all in a matter of literally 7 weeks of joining from the very first cohort. So you've started the agency, you've grown the agency, you've gotten the case studies, you've made back the investment plus more, double that, right? And now you have a wait list of qualified leads who are referring you and begging to work with you, man. That's freaking insane.
Yeah, I didn't even mention the fun part. So some of the clients got results, and they were not willing to do anything up front. So I said, okay, you know what? I'll keep 50% of it. Those were the first 2 clients. I made $9,000 out of each one of those guys, because they made a lot of money. And then they realized, hey, I don't want to pay you 50% whatever I make. Can we come to a better agreement? I said, sure, work with me for the next 3 months. Let's do 20%. And in their mind, it was great. And I could just replicate the process endlessly. So for me, all I have to do with these people is turn the campaign on, turn the campaign off. That's it.
And now it's so beautiful, dude, because like you said, you just turn the campaign off. And now you're pretty picky about who you want to work with, because know, I'm sure you're realizing this just like we did, right? Once you have this type of offer that we show you in the mastermind, where we charge you, we teach you how to charge percentage of profit or revenue, and then a high ticket retainer, 5 to 10K. You don't have to work with a lot of clients to make a lot of money, right? You made 18 grand off 2 clients, and now you've formulated a better deal structure. But you only need a certain handful of clients to really make a lot of money, to make 100K a month, right? And I'm sure you're seeing that now. But it's cool because now you're seeing, okay, well, you have the client acquisition solved, right? There's no shortage of clients for you right now. Now it's time to actually dial in the fulfillment and the operations, right?
Yeah, that's taking up most of my time now. So I'm messing around with offers. Like just today, so we were doing a VSL funnel, and then for another client, I said that the CPA is too high. Let's try a PDF download funnel. So we got a lead for $1, and we got 20 leads. We just called all of them up. Hey, you downloaded our PDF. Do you need help with public speaking? And half of them converted at $1 per lead. So like they're happy about seeing me experiment with all of that. And I'm like, I don't have to use my own money to learn how to run ads. I can use other people's money to do it and get results at the same time. So my problem right now is not client acquisition, dude. We left that way back. My problem is I got way too much to learn and I don't have enough time. That's the problem.
You're getting paid to learn. I mean, honestly,
Exactly.
but it's also not like malicious either. You're getting paid to help other people by generating them leads, and you're optimizing that process for them to get them the highest return on ad spend. And you're leveling up as a person and as a marketer, which is probably really fulfilling. Like we talked about earlier, it's gave you that spark again, because now it's challenging again. It's fun. You get to really become better. You get to become the ad man, right? When we promised when you join the Ad Men Mastermind, because an ad man isn't someone who just button pushes and does media buying, right? That's how you get paid, you know, 1, 2, 3K a month, maybe 5K a month max. If you're, you know, if you're working with a good client who's willing to pay that much and they just need a media buyer. But what you're becoming, Yasir, and what you are now is the ad man, right? Someone who can create the ads that convert, right? Help them optimize the funnel to get those leads to actually convert into a call and then a client. And now you're also helping them with their sales process to really allow them to scale. And that's truly one of the best team members they could ever hire, which is exactly why we started this mastermind in the first place, because that's what we leveled up to become. And we realized, well, why would we need 100, 200, 300 clients? We could just work with 10 clients, make well over 7 figures with just a handful. And so it's really beautiful to see. I'm just bragging about you right now to everyone watching, because it's funny just seeing the vision come to life and just having you be such a massive action taker, man, and actually making it, you know, a true reality.
I kept hoping that you would push this interview like a month or two out, just because there's going to be so much more to report on. But I was like, you know what? This is good enough to start with. 2 things I want to mention, man, before we forget. One is you and Nick really helped me with focus. That was something I was really struggling with, because every call I would be like, hey, I'm doing this public speaking coaching thing, but I'm also doing this. So helping you just pick one thing, do that till it works. It changed everything for me. That was amazing. The other thing is hearing about everyone else in the call talk about their offers, the kind of offers they're running. I didn't know what an appointment setter was, man. Like, I didn't know what that does. I didn't know what calling the lead, speed to lead. I didn't know any of that stuff, right? So now when I get a client and I say, listen, I'm going to run the ads for you, I'm going to edit the video for you. Once the lead come in, my appointment setter is going to call them, qualify them, put them on your calendar. You just show up. Can you do that? And for free. There's nothing to say no to, right? So all of these individual steps that I've learned from you guys in the mastermind have shaped me into what I've become.
Love it, dude. 100%, man. Well, dude, last question for me. If you would recommend this to a friend, what would you say to them? And, you know, what would you say to someone who is unsure or on the fence about joining the mastermind with us?
If you're on the fence, your only concern is you're not going to do the work. And that's not something you can particularly solve for them. If they can be accountable, if they're hungry, there's a process that works. They just have to come and press play. I think I'm probably the least qualified person in the entire mastermind by a landslide. If I can make money, literally any idiot can join the program. Not that they will be allowed to, but they can. And they can make money. So yeah, man, like, get over your own excuses and join the program.
Hell yeah. Appreciate you, Yasir, dude. Keep crushing it. I'm excited to do a part 2. We're going to have to do a part 2 in a matter of 3 months, bro. Your business is going to be at least triple, I bet. 100%.
Yeah, I'm going to get to 100K pretty soon, I think.
100. Hell yeah, bro. Let's do it, man. Well, if you're watching this, make sure to give it a subscribe. I'll put Yasir's information down below so you can go check him out. Go follow him. He's building his personal brand now that obviously he's getting a lot of success. Definitely go check him out for all things TikTok ads if you want to learn from him. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.